First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Second, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that do well. Peace, love, hope, and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered across the four corners of the earth where Yahawah Bahasham has placed you at. Shalom to you, Akim out there in your life and your freedom to preach this gospel and this good news via highways and byways or via the internet. Shalom to you. Shalom to you, confusion to face Israelites. You Israelites are like the members of the other nations, but your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And if your spirit can receive it, you're Israelites. So shalom to you. Shalom to you, sincere Yahawah that's out there. And shalom to you, sincere children. You know that out there as well. Okay? This is the brother Michael from the tribe of Judah, 144. Coming to you again with another quick lesson. Aparat the Zot, which means Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. Okay? Today's lesson is just going to be basically about how the names are a strong tower. Alright? Because in these times to come, you're going to want to call upon these names. Alright? And to some, it might sound like a broken record. But to others, they're going to take heed because they see the the seriousness of it. And it's going to get so bad. It's going to be like a time like no other because we're entering the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Okay? So all Israel is going to feel it. All right? 2/3 is really going to feel it. Because, they didn't hearken and they didn't cleave onto their power. And examples are going to be made, out of them. All right? So this is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of Yahawah is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. Okay? So when these trials and tribulations carry on, the names of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to be a strong tower, a safe place, okay? A place for protection. Because calling upon the names of Yahawah, who the world English calls God, Bahasham, which means in the name, Yahawashi, who the world English calls Jesus Christ, it's going to get you through a lot of different trials and tribulations and different obstacles. And Yahawah is going to place you in different situations so he can deliver you. All right? So just know that. But 2/3 of our people are going to be in situations and they're not going to be delivered. You know why? Because they didn't hearken. They don't care about the names. They're not going to call upon those names. And you're going to have some of them out of mockery that's going to call upon, but it's going to be too late. So before all hell breaks loose, because as you can see, gradually each and every day, you see Joe signing different executive orders, and the average Jake don't really read or take the time to figure out what is any of this stuff that's they're just worried about the money aspect, and they're gonna fall right into the trap. That's why you have now the CDC coming out with new guidelines because they know what they're doing. They have an agenda, okay, and they know they have but a short time, so they're gonna come every which way, but preferably their main target is the Israelites. Okay, the rules and the legislations that they're making is to destroy the Israelites the most. Okay, and he knows this. It was even talking about the so-called white man. All right, because he's not white, he's red according to the scriptures. Okay, and they have been identified as the Edomites. They every name under the sun, but they don't want to be identified of who they really are. Okay? And when you think about the word white, it just stands for purity. And there's nothing pure about them at all. Alright? But the importance of having the names of Yahawah and Yahawashi goes a long way. Okay? Because those names are going to be magnified, manifested on the planet Earth. And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has set up his different men on the highways and byways and the social media platforms to confess the names. All right. You have small children. You have Yahawah that's confessing the name. So it's really no excuse for anyone. You even have what you say celebrities. It's that confess the names. All right, that they believe. How much they believe, at the end of the day, that's up to them. But having the names is a strong tower because what are you going to do when E comes in? All right. When E comes for you, you're going to want to have some type of form of protection. And I'm not talking about a gun or guns or anything like that, because you got to think about Eve's blessing was the sword, and the modern day sword now is, well, the sword is just stands for any form of killing instrument. So the modern day sword would be what, the gun, all right. A gun, a nuke, a bazooka, a shotgun, however you want it to be, but any instrument that's used for killing purposes, all right. And that's Esau's blessing. So you just can't think you're gonna go up against him. No, you need a form of protection, all right, because Yahawashi say he's gonna lift up a standard, meaning he's gonna give his men spiritual powers, because he knows it's gonna be a time like no other, okay. And I'm gonna end it off with this one. The book of Psalms, chapter 61, verse 3. Okay? I'm going to start at verse 2. No, you know what? So, I'm going to start at verse 1 and then verse 3. Okay? This is the book of Psalms. Okay? Chapter 61. To the chief musician upon Najah, if I mess that name up, Salakim, a psalm of David, hear my cry, O Yahawah, attend unto my prayer. For the end of the earth will I cry unto thee, when my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Okay? For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. Alright? Let me read that again. For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. Okay? And if you know about King David was being persecuted, by King Saul, I believe by Absalom, if I'm not mistaken. And if it wasn't Absalom, you brothers, please correct me on that. But I know he had to flee a couple of times, and Yahawashi took care of him. All right, and he took care of the people that was with David. All right, because they believed as well, and they were Israelites. All right, because the truth is only for the Israelites. I don't care if you're an Israelite that looks like I said, Bruce Lee, or look like Chuck Norris, or anything of that nature aspect. If you believe wholeheartedly, if you're 100% convinced in your mind that Yahawah is the Savior, and everything that comes with it, if you 100% believe in the Bible, then, man, it's a good chance that you're an Israelite. Because you can't always go by the skin complexion. That's a lot. That's like a brick wall for a lot of Jake. Because at the end of the day, the deliverance is going to come for the four corners of the earth. So you're going to see all different aspects of Israelites being delivered. All right, and that's going to be a spectacular time that we're coming upon. But you know what? Having those names is going to be the key of deliverance. Okay? Because if you don't have the names of Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi, if you're not building your relationship up with Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi right now, then I don't know what more to tell you. All right? Because this is a serious time that we're coming upon. Okay? Just because everything seems like it's going back to normal doesn't mean anything. Because Yahawah is the ultimate chess player. Okay? So giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that do rule well. Peace, love, hope, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's scattered across the four corners of the earth, where Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi has placed you at. Okay? I have to say, man, I can't scratch this any more. I'm just going to read it again. This is verse 3. For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from thy enemy. Okay? So when the enemy comes in like a flood, Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi is going to lift up a standard, and he's also going to protect you. Because you're going to have some Akim and Agwa that's going to have to flee. But Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi is going to protect you from all these different situations. I'm living proof. Because Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi has delivered me from so many situations, and I sit back and just be amazed. Even before I was even in the truth, I think about all the different times I've been delivered from different situations. Okay? And when I find myself in a situation, I call upon those names, and it's easily, I'm out of those situations. It don't happen right then and there, but it happens generally with time. Okay? So there's nothing too big, nothing too small, man, for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? Call upon those names because they're going to be a strong tower, a place of refuge when all hell breaks loose, okay? Shalom.